Jasmine has just come forward with undeniable proof that could destroy Kirk Frost's career and personal life forever. This isn't just another cheating scandal. This is full-blown exposure with receipts, evidence, and legal consequences that Kirk cannot escape. Jasmine is not holding back anymore, and she has made it clear that she is coming for Kirk's reputation, his businesses, and even custody of their child. The bombshells she has dropped include leaked text messages, DNA results, and an explosive phone recording where Kirk practically admits to everything. And the fallout? Oh, it's going to be brutal. For years, Kirk Frost has managed to keep his secrets hidden, convincing people that his situation with Jasmine was nothing more than a misunderstanding. But now, everything has changed. Jasmine has officially filed for full custody of their child, and if those DNA results hold up in court, Kirk could be looking at losing a significant portion of his wealth just in child support payments alone. And to make things even worse, Rashida knows everything. And this time, she is not standing by her man. Kirk has spent years juggling two lives, thinking he could have it all, but now it's all coming crashing down. His marriage, his finances, and his public image are all on the line. And Jasmine? She is holding all the cards. The history between Kirk and Jasmine isn't new, and anyone who has followed Kirk and Rashida's marriage knows that this drama has been simmering for a long time. Years ago, Kirk was caught cheating on Rashida with Jasmine, and it wasn't just a one-time mistake. This was a full-blown relationship happening behind Rashida's back. And when Jasmine got pregnant, Kirk went into complete denial mode. At first, he tried to claim that Jasmine was setting him up. He told Rashida that Jasmine was just looking for money and attention, and for a while, Kirk's lies worked. He managed to convince Rashida to stay with him even after Jasmine demanded a DNA test. But when the DNA results came back, there was no denying it. Kirk was officially confirmed as the father, and the fallout was catastrophic. Rashida was humiliated in front of the entire world, forced to deal with the reality that her husband had not only cheated on her, but also fathered a child with another woman. Kirk tried to play it off like it was all a misunderstanding, but Jasmine was not buying it. She knew exactly what Kirk was doing, trying to save face while continuing to manipulate both women. After the DNA results, you would think Kirk would step up and take responsibility. But instead, he chose to take the coward's way out. He made empty promises to Jasmine, telling her that he would take care of things, but in reality, he was doing the bare minimum. Kirk was giving Jasmine just enough money to keep her quiet, but not enough to actually support their child properly. Meanwhile, Kirk was out in public playing the role of a devoted husband to Rashida while Jasmine was raising their son alone. Sources have revealed that Kirk would only send child support, payments sporadically, and only when Jasmine threatened to expose him. But the real scandal goes much deeper than just child support. Allegedly, Kirk was using money from his joint business accounts with Rashida to cover up his mess with Jasmine. Leaked financial documents suggest that Kirk was transferring funds from the Pressed Boutique and Frost Bistro accounts directly into Jasmine's account. When Rashida started questioning why the numbers weren't adding up, Kirk lied and told her that it was a business expense. Jasmine let things slide for a while, but then Kirk made a huge mistake, and that's what pushed her over the edge. According to sources, Kirk recently tried to lowball Jasmine with a hush money offer. Allegedly, he offered her $50,000 in exchange for signing an NDA and never speaking about their relationship again. $50,000 for raising his child alone for years, for being dragged through the mud by the media, for being humiliated by Kirk's lies. Jasmine was done. That's when she decided to expose everything. Jasmine first filed for full custody of their son. As part of that legal case, she submitted the DNA test as official evidence, meaning Kirk's paternity is now part of the public record. Next, she leaked a series of text messages between her and Kirk, and when I say those texts are bad, I mean career-ending bad. The messages show Kirk begging Jasmine to stay quiet, promising her that he would take care of her financially, and even offering her more money if she just didn't make things messy. And the worst part? Some of those messages were from just 3 months ago. That means while Kirk was still married to Rashida, he was trying to bribe Jasmine into silence. But the real bombshell came when Jasmine released an audio recording of a phone call between her and Kirk. And in that call, Kirk practically confesses to everything. He can be heard saying, "I know I messed up. Rashida to find out. Just tell me what you need, and I'll handle it." But it was already too late. The phone call was leaked to the public, and social media exploded. Kirk Frost was caught red-handed. This man admitted to cheating, lying, and attempting to bribe the mother of his child into silence. There was no way to spin it. The internet dragged Kirk mercilessly. Rashida was silent, and when Rashida goes quiet, you already know she's plotting. Sources close to Rashida say that she has already started making moves to protect herself. Allegedly, she has hired a lawyer and is working on separating their joint business accounts. Some insiders claim that Rashida is planning to have Kirk's name removed from Pressed Boutique and Frost Bistro entirely. And as for Jasmine, she isn't stopping anytime soon. Word on the street is that her legal team is now pushing for backdated child support payments, which could mean Kirk owes her over $300,000, and that's not even the worst of it. Allegedly, the IRS has gotten involved. If it's proven that Kirk was using business funds to cover up his affair and pay off Jasmine, he could be facing serious tax fraud charges. And according to sources close to Jasmine, she isn't doing this for money anymore. She wants revenge. She is done being played and manipulated. And Kirk? He knows he's in deep trouble. He has reportedly been blowing up Rashida's phone, begging her to forgive him. But Rashida is done. One insider claimed that Rashida told Kirk, "You embarrassed me. Now you're going to feel it." Kirk thought he could have it all. His marriage, his businesses, and his secret affair. But now it's all crashing down. And Jasmine? She's holding the match that's about to burn everything to the ground. What do you think about this scandal? Is Kirk finally getting what he deserves? Should Rashida walk away for good? Or is there still a chance for him to fix this mess? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe because this story is far from over. As the scandal continues to unfold, more shocking details are emerging about Kirk Frost's financial dealings and personal life. Sources close to the situation are now claiming that Kirk didn't just try to cover up his affair with Jasmine, he may have been involved in even more questionable activities to keep his secrets hidden. According to new leaks, Kirk allegedly used not just the joint business accounts he shared with Rashida, but also some of his personal investments to funnel money toward keeping Jasmine quiet. Some sources even claim that Kirk had an entire separate bank account dedicated to handling this situation, and he had been paying Jasmine off in small amounts for years. The problem is, Jasmine was growing increasingly frustrated with the fact that Kirk was treating her like a secret and not fully supporting their child. Jasmine had been quiet for years, but from what insiders are saying, she never really wanted to be just the other woman. She wanted Kirk to step up, not just financially, but emotionally as well. She allegedly gave him multiple chances to be a real father to their child, but every single time, Kirk either avoided the situation or made promises he didn't keep. Jasmine finally had enough and decided that if Kirk wasn't going to do the right thing willingly, she was going to force him into a corner where he had no choice. The leaked financial documents were just the beginning. Now, legal experts are weighing in on what this could mean for Kirk in the long run. If it turns out that he really was taking money from the joint businesses he shared with Rashida to finance his secret life, he could be looking at fraud charges. Not only that, but he could also be forced to pay Rashida back for any funds that were misused. And let's talk about Rashida for a second, because sis is not playing this time. For years, people have criticized her for standing by Kirk despite all the public humiliation he's put her through. But this time, sources close to her say she's officially done. Allegedly, she has already met with a team of lawyers to discuss her next moves, and one of her top priorities is removing Kirk from their joint business ventures completely. Now, let's not forget that Kirk and Rashida's businesses have been a major part of their brand. From Pressed Boutique to Frost Bistro, these businesses were not only making them money, but also keeping them in the public eye. If Rashida successfully removes Kirk from ownership, he could lose a significant amount of his wealth overnight. And if that wasn't bad enough, Jasmine is reportedly going after back child support payments. Legal documents suggest that if the Yubiseko courts rule in her favor, Kirk could owe hundreds of thousands of dollars in unpaid support. This is money that has been accumulating for years, and with Jasmine now having proof that Kirk is the father, there's no way for him to dodge these payments any longer. But the money troubles don't stop there. The IRS has now been dragged into the mix, and baby, things are about to get real messy. Allegedly, Kirk's financial transfers between personal and business accounts have caught the attention of federal agencies, and if they find any evidence of tax fraud, Kirk could be facing serious legal consequences. Meanwhile, social media has been in absolute chaos ever since these latest revelations dropped. Fans of the reality show have been dragging Kirk left and right, with many people calling for Rashida to leave him immediately. Some are even saying that Kirk should be banned from the show entirely because of how messy and embarrassing this situation has become. Jasmine, on the other hand, is getting a mix of reactions. Some people are praising her for finally exposing Kirk and holding him accountable for his actions. Others, however, feel like she waited too long to come forward and that she only decided to spill everything when she realized she wasn't getting what she wanted from Kirk financially. Regardless of how people feel about Jasmine, one thing is clear: Kirk Frost's empire is crumbling right before our eyes. His marriage is on the verge of collapse, his businesses are at risk, and he may even be facing legal trouble that could land him in serious financial ruin. And as for Rashida, it looks like she's finally realized that enough is enough. Word on the street is that she's already preparing to move on without Kirk, and if that's true, he might just lose everything he's worked for over the years. But what do you all think? Is this finally the end of Kirk and Rashida? Should she leave him for good, or is there still a chance for them to work things out? And do you think Jasmine was right to expose him the way she did? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's get into this discussion.